Syracuse, a Cumulus media station. The voice of the Central New York sports fan, The Score, 1260. Welcome to your home for local sports in Syracuse. Outside the Box Score with Mark Rowlands starts right now.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Outside the Box Score with me, Mark Rowlands, your home for local sports in Syracuse, right here on the Score 1260. Back to having a full house this week. It's been a couple of weeks. Braylon Noble, my intern, is back. Braylon, how we doing? Good. Glad you're back. Josh, welcome back. Been a couple of weeks.
Glad to be back. I feel like I haven't been here since the week after WrestleMania. I think that's the last week I was here.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a little while.
I don't know what I do. I don't do a lot of things. I don't know.
Well, you were in North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
For the bachelor party, and then moving last week. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Is it?
It's only been 2 weeks.
Yeah. God,
Right.
It seems like WrestleMania was longer ago than that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
I'm
Time
here
is
now.
Time is a social construct. We never understand what's going on.
It's a spectrum.
It's
Like a lot of things.
very true. So we got a full house and quite a few things to talk about. Some Syracuse basketball news with the men's and women's side. Some lacrosse stuff going on this weekend as well. Tomorrow, Syracuse hosting the first round of the NCAA tournament against Towson.
Okay.
Towson, for astute lacrosse fans, will remember they eliminated us in the quarterfinals the last time Syracuse was in the NCAA men's tournament, which I believe was 2017.
They haven't been in the tournament since 2017.
Yeah, it's been rough.
Ooh.
For a school with, I think, 10 lacrosse titles, it's been a rough past 10 years or so.
I got some history here with Towson.
Yeah, do have some history with Towson, and if you're interested in following the Juice, the Syracuse Rivals affiliate, Rivals.com. They've got college affiliates everywhere. I will be covering that game tomorrow for Rivals.com. Shout out Brad Byerman. One of their editors reached out to me the other day, asked if I wanted to do it, and I said yes. So I will be at the Dome tomorrow night, up there in the press box. Finally.
That's nice.
Finally, that university is forced to credential me.
Now, are you gonna tweet out a little spread? What the spread is?
Yeah, I'll see if we got a little pregame spread in the press box tomorrow. I'll see what's going on there. So yeah, I'll be up there in the press box. I'll be at the postgame press conference talking to Gary Gate as well, and whatever players he brings with him. Hopefully, Syracuse can take home a W. That game 7:30 tomorrow night. At the JMA Wireless Dome, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Does lacrosse get into the pink for Mother's Day? Will they wear like pink sticks?
I hope. Yeah, I think they should. Yeah, I hope so at least.
Doesn't really go with the orange, but just replace the orange with the pink.
Yeah, exactly.
That could work.
That'd be really fun if both teams had these like pink uniforms on. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Also some SU football stuff. We got some guys in rookie mini camp right now. A couple with the Buffalo Bills that I think at least one of them, I think, has a decent shot to at least be on the practice squad. Maybe potentially make the Bills roster. Pat says you would want teams to wear pink uniforms.
It's for Mother's Day.
It's Pat. Mother's Day.
I'm sorry, you hate your mom, Pat?
Yeah. Hey, come on now.
I love my mother. I'm sorry, Pat. I can only show it through wearing pink one day a year. Okay.
Yeah, we're supporting all the moms out there as we should. And happy Mother's Day to any mothers out there listening. Happy early Mother's Day to all of you. We do, in fact, all love our mothers here.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I can't speak for Braylon, but Braylon, you love your mom?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So screw you, Pat.
Yeah, exactly. Screw you, Pat. We're getting a screw you, Pat, early in the show. All right, I want to start. I have a little bit of a rant.
Okay.
It's about Syracuse basketball, and it's about one of the guys leaving Syracuse basketball. Quadir Copeland has found his new home. He is going to, as our buddy Austin would say, America's team.
Mid-major powerhouse.
Mid-major powerhouse, McNeese State.
Yeah, good for him.
And great. Glad you landed somewhere, Q. It took you long enough. You've been in the portal for 3 months.
Okay. Starting hot. Yep.
what is this move?
It's probably he wants to just be the guy on a team.
But
he's able to go to
I
McNeese.
understand that.
Yeah.
He won't be the guy on that team. I don't think. That was a very good McNeese State team last year.
He could be a starter. He's going to start.
Yeah, he's going to start, but I was talking to my dad about this, and he goes, well, he wants to be big fish, small pond,
Yeah.
score 20, 25 points a game. I'm like, I don't think he's going to do that there. I don't know if he's going to be option number one, because we saw at times, yeah, he was an offensive weapon,
Mm-hmm.
but the consistency is severely lacking.
We were saying it all year. When he's good, it's insanely good. But when he's bad,
it's
almost comical.
Yeah, he's really bad.
It's fun, though. It's all in an attempt to have fun on
Oh,
the
no,
court.
he's
It's
a
great.
very fun player. I
Yeah.
loved watching him.
Yes.
I was very disappointed when he entered the portal. I would
Yeah.
have loved to have Whittier on this team again next year. But McNeese State, and then he's on social media, and when, there was something about Red Autry, and
Yep.
it was an Instagram post, and he did like the crying, laughing emoji underneath it about Red. It's just weird. Like, we all loved you.
Mm-hmm.
You immediately became a fan favorite this year.
Yep.
I mean, he hit that buzzer beater against Miami. He became one of those guys that would have lived on. And, I always make the joke, I call it the Merrick Dolezaj Award. For every year, there's that one guy on Syracuse.
Yep.
And it was, between him and Malik Brown this year. Now Brown's gone too. He's going to Duke. But at least he went to Duke.
Right.
At least he went somewhere with,
Championship aspirations.
Yeah, exactly. And Jim says in chat, reminder, unlike Syracuse, McNeese State made the tourney last year. I know they did. They were very good last year.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm confused by this. You want to go to a team that's probably going to win their conference, but they're not going to win a tournament game.
Yeah.
Like, those mid-majors, we love a Cinderella, but
they're not winning at all. Yeah.
No.
I think generally it's just honestly the move for him, like whatever personal reasons, whether it is wanting to play more or just feel like he's like more of a superstar on a team, that's fine. Like totally.
Mhm.
I just do what you were saying about like comments from a bunch of different players who have left the program and how they feel about maybe Red or whatever the program is.
Mhm.
That's more disheartening for fans in my mind to be like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
What is going on behind the doors that some of these guys are leaving and have hurt feelings about it?
Yeah. And like, you sent me that Judah Mintz tweet the other night, which
Why?
I got to actually pull this up and read it verbatim, because I don't get it.
It was him talking with Q about the post, right? They were kind of going back and forth about leaving and the fans and something to do with the fans of SU and if you can, it didn't save, I take it.
No, I was just looking for Judah's Twitter, but he's got a weird Twitter handle. So it's not in there. I gotta see if I can find this, because it was just so strange.
Cryptic was a good word.
Yeah, it was like, remember, the fans don't got you on the court or something, or get you on the court or something like that.
Like maybe they don't understand his play style, like in the most literal sense.
Yeah.
They don't understand how you play. But even that, like you said, like he was probably one of, if not the most universally liked guy on the team this year.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like
between Malik Brown and Quadir Copeland, those were the two guys.
Yeah.
That realistically, I think most people were like, yeah, these are our favorite players on the team. And especially and I know Syracuse fans are a bit of a weird breed.
Mm-hmm.
Because in this town, in this city, that's all we got.
Yeah.
It's such a diverse sports town on the professional side. You see Yankee fans, Met fans, Red Sox fans, Phillies fans, like there's Blue Jays fans, Nationals fans, due to our association with Nationals back in the day. Like,
yep.
There's all sorts of professional fans around here in every sport. But the one thing everyone can agree on is Syracuse sports, specifically basketball. And I know that a lot of times, especially on social media, Syracuse fans have a tendency to be quite negative.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And I would say, for the most part, not to a toxic point, even though at times any fan base of anything has those people.
All I see on any sports page I follow anywhere is negativity, to be completely honest.
Well,
not,
yeah.
Not unless you're like, I don't know, who's winning every year. Like Dodgers fans, I'm sure their socials and the fan pages of the Dodgers aren't too upset a lot of the time. But I really can't think of other examples of teams that just constantly win championships to where there isn't a brand of negativity associated.
And that comes with, like you said, that comes with being a sports fan.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you're positive, sometimes you're negative. Now, do I think at times Syracuse fan base can get a little too negative? Sure. Mm-hmm. And I like to try to be positive about them most of the time, especially the sports like basketball and lacrosse, because I think lacrosse fans get particularly negative a lot of the time. And I understand the reasoning. Jim just said it because negative due to the fact that we were once a top 8 or so program and now we're mediocre.
Sure.
I totally understand where the negativity is coming from. I just think it's too much sometimes. Like, there were people, I remember during the season this year, tweeting like at Justin Taylor, telling him to transfer.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's too much. You can't do that. These are still college kids. I understand they're adults.
Just kids.
I understand they are adults, but it's a college student. Like, whatever. Jim says not much negativity towards the women's team. That's because a lot of people don't care about the women's team, which is sad, but it's true. That's why there isn't much negativity towards them. And so that's the side of things I hate to see from Syracuse fans is that, the actually reaching out to the players and,
on a personal level.
Yeah, on a personal level and attacking them. Mm-hmm. Anyone can be negative about their favorite sports team. I'm quite negative about the Red Sox most of the time.
With good reason.
With good reason. They're not very good. The fact that they're above 500 blows my mind.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that is that good. And it's just, but when you're a fan favorite, who was being negative about Quadir Copeland during the regular season this year?
I don't know.
I didn't see anybody. But I mean, were there people questioning his shot selection at times? Sure. But that's what fans do.
That's cute. Just like,
yeah, but at the same time, exactly. That was the response was, that's Copeland. When they go in, hey. Right. But they don't always go in.
When he does a reverse behind the back pass under the hoop, and it doesn't work, you're like, geez. But the other time it does, you're like, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Best player I've seen in 10 years in this program.
Yeah, exactly.
It just happens.
But, and I guess, coming from Judah's perspective, I will say the fan base was majority negative towards Judah this year.
Correct.
Because we didn't see that leap that we thought we were going to see after the second half of his freshman year when the 3 balls started going in and he started passing the ball more. He looked like a much more complete player. We didn't see that leap this year. The scoring average went up, yeah, sure, but he shot 20 free throws a game. And people were negative about the fact that all he does is drive to the rim. Take an open 3-pointer every once in a while when you've got it,
Sure.
So I understand more so where he's coming from, but at the same time, the expectations weren't that high. I don't think people going into the season were like, all right, this is the year that Judah Mintz wins the Wooden Award.
No.
Like, that was never the expectation. He wasn't going to win National Player of the Year, but we just wanted, a really good starting point guard.
Hell, the team expectations weren't that high. I mean, they outshined.
Yeah, they exceeded expectations as a team.
Competing to be in the tournament was a plus, I think, for most fans.
Mm-hmm. And this just shows me, like, Judah, if you're calling out this fan base, which I'm telling you right now, there are not 5 more passionate fan bases in college basketball than Syracuse fans.
Yeah.
Plain and simple, I don't think there are 5 more passionate fan bases. And the attendance numbers over the years show that. There's a reason. I know it's because the dome is huge, whatever. But the top 10 attendance numbers are all at the dome.
Yeah.
For regular season on-campus basketball. They're all at the dome. Because this is what people care about in this city, is Syracuse basketball. Everyone. I don't know a person born and raised here that's just like, eh. Even if they're not a sports fan, they're like, but SU.
Mm-hmm.
Why call out the fans? It's just the most this is a more passionate fan base than he'll play for in the G League, because well, hey, listen, he didn't get an invite to the combine.
Yeah,
he got an invite to the G League combine,
mm-hmm.
but he didn't get an invite to the combine. So if he makes it to the NBA, good for him. But as of right now, seems like the teams aren't that interested.
Yeah, and I mean, he could still transfer to another college, right?
Yeah, he could.
So,
and unless he goes to Duke, North Carolina, or Kentucky,
mm-hmm.
they're not going to care as much about the team as we do. Just plain and simple.
I agree with that aspect. It is just an odd thing to go for the fan, because like I said, all the personal reasons, like I could totally understand either of them wanting to be, well, Judah not as, I mean, he was a superstar here, but the idea of like Q wanting to be, well, yeah, he was the guy, whether it was good or bad, but Q wanting some more responsibility and more minutes totally makes sense, and no fan really should be upset with that. But when you get kind of crappy towards fans, then it's like, that's when the toxicity comes in, I think, on our side as a reaction.
Yeah.
But it doesn't even mean it. I can't even be mad at I can't find it in myself to be upset at that guy.
No, I'm not even mad at him. I just the decision to go to McNeese baffles me.
Where would he have gone though and actually played?
I think he could have gone to a Power 5 school and started. Or Power 4 now, since Rep the
I mean,
Pac-12.
sure. I mean, DePaul's out there looking.
No, I mean, like, you're telling me he couldn't have gone to Michigan? New coach, revamp the program.
Yeah,
like, no, but they're like trying to rebuild that program right now. I think a guy like that, it would be a good guy to bring in.
I say he could have been a sixth man on that team, probably.
Sure.
Even though I can't name any Michigan players, I don't think
is Hunter Dickinson still there? Oh, wait a minute.
Because like you said, the consistency. I think he would have got out there, showed a little good, and then showed a little bad, and then he would have been on the bench.
Yeah, maybe. I could be wrong, but
not that he's terrible, but I just don't see him going to a big school and starting right away. Maybe next year.
I mean, Michigan was also very bad last year.
True. From a financial perspective, too, I don't know what McNeese got in their bag in terms of NIL.
Oh, yeah.
I'm certain he could have made more money staying here or somewhere else in the Power 5.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's not necessarily about that for him in his mind, right? I mean, if you just want to play, if he just likes playing basketball, I'll just go where I'm able to play, and I totally respect that.
I do hope they gave him a really good offer. Like, I hope he got a really good NIL offer to go to.
I bet you
go
could
to
look.
McNeese.
Is that stuff public?
I don't know. Some of it is, yeah.
Because I'd love to see like what they even have to offer.
Yeah.
As a university, like in terms of NIL.
Well, is it in New Orleans? Is McNeese in New Orleans?
I'm gonna be honest. I have no clue.
I think it's in Louisiana.
Okay.
I'll look this up right now.
Like,
but
do they have any big Are there notable alumni from McNeese State?
Joe Dumars, that's the only one.
You went there?
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody that's putting money.
I didn't know
program.
Joe Dumars went to McNeese State.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Okay.
It was actually founded in 1939 as Lake Charles Junior College. So
they're coming up.
Yeah, they're on the up and up.
80 years, they've come up a little bit.
Yeah. Notable alumni. Number 1 is Joe Dumars. Number 2 is Willie Mount.
Who is a real steep
who is the
She
is the former mayor of Lake Charles.
Heavy drop off. Who got Joe Dumars to that school?
We got Doug Kershaw, who's a fiddle player.
All right.
I think it was that era though, because like back then, all the basketball players were going to weird schools.
Yeah. I mean, there's
so not a lot on the alumni section per se.
Yeah. Clay Buchholz went to McNeese State.
Okay.
Former Boston Red Sox
World
pitcher.
Series winner.
World Series champion Clay Buchholz threw a no-hitter in his second career Major League start.
Is he a 2-time? Was he on both or just the
He was on the 13 team.
Okay.
Yeah, so I believe he was a rookie on the 07 team. I'll look that up right now. Yeah, he was a rookie on 07. So yeah, 2-time World Series. Oh, no, he didn't get a ring for the first one. So just 2013.
He was a rookie on the team.
Yeah, but he only pitched in 4 games and wasn't on the postseason roster.
Oh, well,
yeah. So yeah, 2013 World Series champion Clay Buchholz. A season in 16 starts, he went 12-1 with a 1.74 ERA. And then the following year had a 5.34 ERA. Because that's Clay Buchholz. He was the Quiddier Copeland of Red Sox pitchers, because when he was good, no one could touch him. Yeah. When he was bad, he was maybe the worst pitcher in baseball. Did not expect to get a Clay Buchholz reference today, but shout out McNeese State.
So the answer is probably not a lot to throw at Q.
No, unless Lake Charles has a good, I don't know, crawfish business or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just trying to think of things in Louisiana. Like,
I get what you're saying. Maybe they got a
good restaurant.
Yeah, good restaurant. Yeah.
What do they ccall those boats? The casino boats?
Oh, the river boats?
Yeah. They got a big popping river boat by McNeese State.
It's in Lake Charles. That's not a bad Cajun.
Thank you.
That's a pretty good Cajun. All right, we got to take a timeout. We'll be back, talk about a lot more here on Outside the Box Score with me, Mark Rowlands, your home for local sports in Syracuse on the Score 1260. For the best local beer in Central New York, the only place you need to look is Myers Creek Brewing Company. Some beers on tap at both the Inner Harbor in Syracuse and the Palace that is the Cazenovia location. Myers Creek has something for everyone. Want a bite to eat? Both locations feature a kitchen with delicious pizzas, some of the best wings in Syracuse, and much more. Make sure to check out our friends at Myers Creek Brewing Company, the official bar of Outside the Box Score.
Now just became the best time to buy a used vehicle from McGuire.
Sponsor of Outside the Box Score. Starring Mark myself.
Yeah, gotta love doing live reads in real life.
Yeah.
I find myself doing that sometimes.
You'd be like, you never been? They have 16 beers on tap. Delicious food, wings, award-winning wings. Pat, I was telling Mark that you'll appreciate that Cumtown actually has gotten my Cajun up by the Stavros voice when they used to do the, I forget what he called himself, but a fat throw that here, and he used to talk like that all the time, and they would do it, and he was talking about a boy doing things to this man. So. Yeah, it's not the best. I mean, I don't know. It's the show, not me. I'm not saying it. I'm associated with a higher power now. I can't say these things.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about this new commit that Syracuse got. Michael Johnson Jr. The thing you put on here about what his label was, fantastic. Like, we'll talk about it when we come back, but he was labeled as a QB / something, and the something is incredible.
Long punter or long snapper?
No, it's not even a position.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Water boy.
Yeah, like it's so funny. Pat's it's Pierre Saint Pierre.
That's right. That's what it was. Thank you, Pat.
The sweet deal of the week. Go to thescore1260.com. Click on sweet deals and get a week at Camp Casawasco half off. Don't wait. These sell fast.
And we're back outside the box score with me, Mark Rowlands, your home for local sports in Syracuse, right here on the Score 1260. Want to talk a little bit about SU football and the newest commit, transfer out of Florida Atlantic University, Michael Johnson Jr. Okay. He's the son of Orange co-offensive coordinator and tight ends coach Michael Johnson Sr.
We love nepotism.
We do, especially when the guy coming in was labeled as a QB / offensive weapon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. And he played QB for 3 years at Florida Atlantic. He's transferring from Florida Atlantic. But offensive weapon that's great.
The hell does that even mean?
It means
he's
everything.
Who was that guy for the Jets a couple 10 years ago? Like Brad
Johnson?
Brett Smith, maybe.
Brad Smith, I think.
Brad
it was.
Smith.
It could be. Yeah, I'm
You
drawing a
do you
blank.
remember this
He's
guy?
wearing
Yeah,
number 16.
Yes.
And
I
would do
remember it.
kickoffs.
I remember him, but
He
the
would return kicks. He would play receiver. He
Yeah.
would play quarterback.
This dude was doing everything.
yeah. So we got ourselves one of them.
Okay.
And Michael Johnson Jr. I'm so excited. Listen. I saw a stat. Fran Brown, on average, brings in a new recruit every 67 hours.
I saw that too. That is crazy.
That's an absurd statistic.
He's got recruits for like 2 years from now.
Yeah.
Committed already.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got guys coming in for 2026,
Mhm.
2027.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And I can't stop my excitement. I try.
They're gonna win 12 games.
I temper expectations with Syracuse football so often. Every year, I'm like, this team will not hurt me.
Mhm.
I'm all in. I donated. I ended up I got in the orange.
You're in.
Yeah, the whatever it's
The
called.
Orange Fund.
Yeah, the orange something fund.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got in that. I'm all in. I'm all in on Syracuse football.
I'm gonna have them start taking a portion.
Orange United. Thank you, Pat. I couldn't think of the name.
I'm gonna have them start taking a portion of my paycheck, putting it into the Orange United Fund.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Hey,
I bet you it's a possibility.
you probably could.
Yeah.
Probably could. It's for people who don't know. Josh now works for
I
Syracuse
work for the
University.
juggernaut. That's right.
And they're going to win 11 games.
It's gone up. It's gone up.
I just think they're going to win 11 games. It's unbelievable. They're going to play in the ACC championship game.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get rolled by Clemson, but that's fine. Even if we do, that's fine.
Yeah.
That wouldn't even bother me. Because guess what? Syracuse played in the ACC championship game. Like, I've never been more excited about a Syracuse football team than this.
You know, if they're playing a championship game, Mark, that'd be pretty highly ranked. Maybe. I mean, maybe they could be in the top 12.
Hey, listen, man.
First year.
Listen, man.
How high are we going? Push them all in.
We're getting close to that point. If he keeps doing this, we're getting awfully close to that point. We just brought in a guy labeled an offensive weapon. I don't care what position he plays. He's going to do that. He's going to return kicks. He's going to play receiver. He'll play QB. He'll play tight end. Hell, throw him on. Yeah, throw him on defensive end every once in a while. Have him play corner. See what he's got. Put him at safety.
There's got to be highlights of this guy. We got to be able to look up some highlights in the break.
Yeah. During the break, we'll look up, see if we can find some highlights of Michael Johnson Jr.
There's really only one question with this football team, and we've been saying it for months.
Can he coach?
Can Fran Brown coach? Because he does everything else. He's got all the intangibles.
Even if the first guy in, last guy out.
Yeah.
Even
Lunch bell guy.
Even if he can't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's say, and I don't think this will be the case. Let's say Fran Brown is a very bad in-game coach.
Okay.
How many games do they win?
7?
Yeah.
Still high.
7 or 8? Like, that's the type of talent that's on this team with the second easiest schedule in the Power 4.
A lot of high hopes.
We play nobody. We got UConn this year in football. And they're one of the worst football programs in the country.
Of all time. Yeah.
Of all time. And I know I shouldn't do this. I do it. I'm so excited.
How could you not be?
We have a quarterback. And listen, I've said before, I'm not huge on Kyle McCord as like a NFL prospect moving forward. I don't think he's going to be Tom Brady, whatever. He's easily the best quarterback Syracuse has had since Ryan Nassib, which is the one that Pat always throws out. And I think it's true. Nassib was good for us. But probably going to be better than Ryan Nassib.
I hope so. I played at OSU.
Yeah, our starting quarterback won 11 games at Ohio State University.
Now, a lot of people tell you that the Big Ten is a cupcake division. That's what some people would say.
Some people would say that.
That's me.
Yeah,
I'd say that.
I'd also
the
say
Big Ten sucks. I was trying to say sucks or stinks.
It sucks.
It's both.
It sucks.
They're very bad.
Yeah. But Iowa.
True, and Michigan won the national.
Yeah, Michigan did win the national championship. Pat said, "What's the last QB that SU has had that could also start at Ohio State?" Donovan McNabb.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yes.
It goes back that far. It's
Yeah.
Donovan McNabb. And that was,
20 years ago?
30.
Yeah.
He was on the 95
Yeah,
team.
20. What am I talking about? He was in the NFL. He was
Yeah,
in a Super Bowl.
He was in a Super Bowl 20 years
What
ago.
am I talking about?
Again, time, social construct. We know nothing about it. It confuses
I'm
us
a fool.
daily. It's easily Donovan McNabb. Pat said Schrader was playing tight end at Mississippi State. That's true. He was. I'd forgotten about that. We had a QB that was a converted tight end and a tight end that was a converted QB.
Imagine how fun that's got to be. There's like, can you throw? And you're like, I mean, I play catch.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, well, let's just throw you back there. And you're like, me? Aren't there like guys on the team to do this? He's like, no, you can do it. I believe in you. Oh, okay, coach.
Yeah, and then, well, turns out Schrader couldn't really throw, but
No, but he can run.
he could run.
The boy could run.
He could, in fact, run. It's just, I'm so excited. And we still, we just had our tight end room by On3 Sports was just ranked number 4 in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got Dan the Man Villari, the Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
Aronde Gadsden coming back, who's going to be an NFL draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
And new kid coming in whose name escapes me, who's a top recruit at tight end. And so we're gonna have 3 legit weapons at tight end. The receivers are coming in. We got running backs. We got everything.
You know, Mark, talking SU football,
And the line. Oh, the line's gonna be so much better. We got a guy coming in who's 6'8", 370. I'm not exaggerating. That's how big he is.
That's a dude to get drafted.
Yeah,
potentially.
But,
guard? 370. I mean, he's got.
Yeah, he's a guard.
What I was saying, SU football. You mentioned earlier. You know, some guys possibly in training camps with the Bills and stuff could make some rosters. Former SU running back played last year. Didn't really get some reps this year. Maybe an expanded role in Tampa. Sean Tucker. He's still on that team. I mean, SU fans might get to watch some more games with him. I mean, I think he could get a bigger role this year.
I hope so. I stashed him in fantasy for the first 8 weeks last year. I was like, I'm not giving up on Sean Tucker
on my dynasty team that we're in the league. And
yeah,
I will not give up on.
No, I refuse. I think if given a proper chance, I think Sean Tucker could really be something for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Sure.
What we saw from him was, he put up one of, if not the best running back seasons in the history of Syracuse football.
Mm-hmm.
And just a reminder, some of the guys to come through Syracuse football. It was Jim Brown, Floyd Little, Ernie Davis, Larry Zonka, Joe Morris. Yeah.
I don't know who's in SU.
Oh, yeah.
Again, I got to really learn up still, guys. I'm new to the area.
Yeah, that's true. New to the area.
New to the program.
Yeah, you've been doing this. You went to grad school at Syracuse. You've been doing this show for a year.
New to the area. Catching up.
Yeah, Sean Tucker, I've got big hopes for him moving forward with Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
We do have to take another time out. We'll come back and we'll talk about some of those guys in rookie minicamp when we return right here on Outside the Box Score. If you're a fan of local craft beer, the only place you need to go is Myers Creek Brewing Company with 16 brews on tap at both the Cazenovia and Inner Harbor locations. Myers Creek has the best selection of locally brewed libations in all of Central New York. Want a nice hazy IPA? The Velvet Fog is a must-try. More of a traditional Pilsner, how about the Floatin' on By? And for you sour drinkers, the It Takes Blue to Mango. So crack open a cold one with the official beer of Outside the Box Score, Myers Creek.
This is the time of year that everyone is busy opening their pool, cleaning the deck furniture, and doing all the things to get their homes summer ready. But have you thought about how to keep the uninvited guests away? And I'm not talking about Cousin Eddie. At Gannon Pest Control, we offer spring preventative services to keep your home safe from bees.
So far, I've only
spiders
found
all
high school
season
highlights
long.
of Michael Johnson
Contact
Jr.
our office
And
today to
usually
sign up
that's
for
not
one
a
of our
great
proven
thing,
preventative
but
packages
I'm excited. You
customized
committed
your needs.
to Penn
At Gannon
State.
Pest Control, if the bugs come back, we come back until the first winter snowfall.
Are you ready for a food truck showdown like no other? The 2024 Food Truck Battle returns Friday and Saturday, May 10th and 11th at the New York State Fairgrounds Chevy Court. With 60 local food trucks serving up delicious treats, you'll have the chance to sample all the best flavors our city has to offer.
what a
Enjoy
throw
the
that
Artisan
was. Oh,
Village, the
damn,
Kids Zone, live music all day.
He has
craft
threaded
beer,
the
wine
needle
slushies, and
between
more.
3
While you indulge in
defenders
the
to make
ultimate
a
food
pass.
truck foodie experience. Bring the family because we've got activities for all ages. VIP and $5 general admission tickets on sale now at S.
Thanks, Matt. Forgot to turn down the ads. I was watching high school highlights. What do you think? Look good? No, you're just watching the game?
Highlights, but this is all it's just Rice. I watched one 30-yard touchdown for the running back. And that's in the highlight. He's just a run for -3 yards, and that's it.
All right, since we are once again behind on breaks because I'm a loser, we're going to do a live read and go out pretty shortly after that. And we're back outside the box score with me, Mark Rowlands, your home for local sports in Syracuse, right here on the Score 1260. Want to tell you about our friends, Josh.
Our friends?
Our friends, our very good friends at Myers Creek Brewing Company.
Fantastic place. I love that place.
I'm sure you're aware they are the official bar and beer of Outside the Box Score.
How many beers they have on tap? Like 14?
I believe last I checked, it was 16 craft beers on tap. All of them delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Fran Brown and his recruiting, they've got a special edition cans of the Velvet Fog, Dart edition, in orange and blue.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, buddy. I was there the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Stopped in at lunch. It's funny. Shout out Jordan Pollock, their director of operations, good buddy of mine.
Mm-hmm.
I found one of his golf balls in the bag room at Bellevue Country Club, which, of course, on it say, bring to Myers Creek for a free beer.
So you did.
So I did. So I stopped in, saw Jordan. He was there.
Yep.
I, told him, hey, got something for you, pal. Tossed him his golf ball. He's like, all right, pour him a beer. Which is great marketing, by the way. And he's a good player, so he doesn't lose balls very much.
Yeah,
so
if you're ever out playing a private club, you don't find a ball.
Yeah,
Great marketing.
Well, he plays elsewhere.
No,
he does play around, but he doesn't lose balls much, so he just throws them in the rough sometimes, and just if someone picks it up, stop by my bar. So I did, and had a delicious Velvet Fog, and it was wonderful as always. But they did have 15 other beer options on tap. They've got right now there was one name I was trying to remember that I wanted to talk about today. I forgot what it was.
Excellent.
It was a great name. I didn't get it. I only had the one beer. But
Ivan's always cooking up something.
Ivan is always cooking up something good. Pat says, shout out Bellevue member Tommy Burke. This is true. Pat's brother Tommy joined at Bellevue, and I'm so excited.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. What's Tommy do? I got to get in with Tommy.
He does something in Chicago.
Something in Chicago.
Well, they're based in Chicago, but he works from home. He works from here.
What a gig.
Yeah,
great
great
gig.
gig.
Up with Tommy.
Yeah, so he's now a member at Bellevue, which makes me very excited.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Lockheed Martin. Oh, you got a new job. I didn't realize that.
That's in Syracuse.
Yeah, so it is. I didn't realize he got a new job. So he's working for Lockheed Martin. Good for him.
Oh, nice.
That's great. And since he's going to be home, he can buy Myers Creek Brewing Company.
Mm-hmm. The best part about Myers Creek for me is after I've had a couple drinks, I need something to fill me up for my drive home.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent food.
Beef on weck they got going right now.
And you eat it with your hands. The best part about a beef on weck is you really get in there and eat it with your hands.
We're going to talk about that during the break because Josh has a story from the other day that almost made me throw up. Just based on it. Disgusting work regarding a beef on weck.
Nothing disgusting at Myers Creek.
But there's nothing disgusting, especially not the beef on weck with their delicious Kimmel Weck rolls at Myers Creek.
Mm-hmm.
I got to find out what they do to those rolls.
They get them in from Buffalo.
They're unbelievable. So all the delicious beer, all the delicious food, award-winning wings, great pizza. The beef on weck is fantastic. And if you want some of the best beer, the best local beer in Syracuse, you stop by the Inner Harbor location or the Palace that is out there in Cazenovia, this weather's starting to get a little nicer. It's getting to be Kaz time. You got to get out there.
Especially Adirondack chair season, baby.
Oh, yeah. Sit in those nice Adirondack chairs. Listen to some tunes when they got bands playing outside. Fantastic. Love our friends at Myers Creek Brewing Company, the official bar and beer of Outside the Box Score with me, Mark Rowlands. For the best local beer in Central New York, the only place you need to look is Myers Creek Brewing Company, with 16 different beers on tap at both the Inner Harbor in Syracuse and the Palace that is the Cazenovia location. Myers Creek has something for everyone. Want a bite to eat? Both locations feature kitchen with delicious pizzas, some of the best wings in Syracuse, and much more. Make sure to check out our friends at Myers Creek Brewing Company, the official bar of Outside the Box Score.
When you get nachos.
So, Mark, as I said yesterday or today earlier, I started the new job.
Yep.
Took us out to lunch this week, and the boss man was bragging about some place in town that does a beef on weck.
Okay.
Loves a beef on weck. This place has it.
Yep.
He's going to get it. He orders the beef on weck. Proceeds to deconstruct it and eat it with a fork and knife. He ate the sandwich with a fork and a knife, basically just taking off a slice of roast beef.
Yep.
Dunking it in the au jus in the mouth. Fries also with a fork. Now, I get it. He's dressed up. You know, he's got his little rolled up sleeves.
Sure.
I get it. But you roll up the sleeves, you're getting in there.
Eat the sandwich.
Thank God I didn't get a sandwich, because I would have been a mess.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have just eaten a sandwich. I would
Now,
have looked like a fool.
now, Braylon, do you know what makes a beef on weck a beef on weck? It's the roll. It comes on a thing called a Kimmelweck roll, which has salt and a couple
Caraway
of
seeds, right? That's like the big.
Yeah, and caraway seeds on top, and it's a delicious bun. This person,
he proceeded to eat only the bottom bun. Now, to his credit, it was more soaked with some of the au jus,
Of
so
course.
it was a more delightful experience, maybe. But then left the top bun, left the weck. He got the beef on weck. He just ate roast beef and fries.
he got a beef on weck and didn't eat the weck. This disgusting
And yet
behavior.
praises the beef on weck. He was like, "Oh, this place has a great weck." When you go out, does he eat the whole thing? Was it just a lunch thing? I'm not sure.
I don't know, but this is
So the weck is
disgusting
just the
behavior.
top roll.
Yeah,
Kind of, yeah, like all the seeds and the stuff is on top.
Is
Yeah,
on the top
bottom's
roll.
Mostly just a bun.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Unbelievable.
I mean, it was like Seinfeld almost when he's eating the Snickers bar. with
Yeah.
the fork and knife. I was dumbfounded. I don't understand how this could happen. And again, after praising it, too, to be like, "This is a really good sandwich. You got to get it." And I'm like, I respect that. I don't eat them a lot. Not a huge roast beef guy necessarily. But at Frontier Field, which you've been, Innovative Field, they used to have a Red Osier stand.
Oh,
that
yeah.
gave out roast beef.
Mm-hmm.
Great roast beef. My grandfather used every time.
Yeah.
Every time we were there, he gets that.
Mhm.
So I'd get it with him. I'll eat it.
Yeah.
To not eat it with it as a sandwich it's honestly, it's un-American.
It is
first off.
un-American.
It's on Western New Yorkan. I don't know that they have beef on weck everywhere, but
Yeah, I don't know, but it's certainly un-American.
Fast.
And we're back outside the box score with me, Mark Rowlands, your home for local sports in Syracuse, right here on the Score 1260. Some other SU football stuff. A couple former players, Trill Williams and DeMarcus Adams, are attending rookie mini camp with the Buffalo Bills, and this is great. I always love to see guys going to rookie mini camp and getting a shot. I think Trill Williams has a shot to really catch on with an NFL team. I think he's really good and sort of went underrated in a very good SU defense for a lot of the year. You know, sort of fell apart towards the end. But
Bowl game specifically.
yeah,
Yeah.
That was terrible. But Trill Williams is a really, really skilled defensive back, and Syracuse has sort of become DBU the past few years with some of the guys that have gone on to play in the NFL. You know, we've got Ife Melifonwu and with the Lions, and Andre Sisco with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So guys have caught on in recent years, and I think Trill Williams could be the next one to do so, because those guys, similar stories, you know, weren't high draft picks, you know, or anything, but just happened to catch on with the team, made a practice squad at first, and then actually made the squad after.
Good spot to get picked up too. I mean, the Bills definitely need help at that position
Oh,
this
yeah.
year, and he could definitely find himself on that roster.
Yeah, with the Bills' need for secondary depth, I think this is a very good spot for him to land, and it's going to be a competitive team. You know, he's going to be making a run at the playoffs if he's on the squad, which always rooting for more and more SU guys to make the playoffs. That's always fun. Gives you rooting interest if your team gets eliminated. It's like, oh yeah, I'll root for the Lions because of Iffy, or I'll root for the Colts because of Zaire Franklin. I mean, Colts aren't going to make the playoffs, but
who's to say?
Who's to say? But that's great. Great news for them. Jason Simmons Jr. is also attending Bills camp this year as well. So 3 SU alum in Bills camp this year. Some other SU basketball news I meant to mention earlier. They are officially locked in to a tournament.
I saw this
in Las Vegas, 2025.
What's the prize money like?
$1 million going to their NIL initiatives. Each program gets that, by the way, which is insane. Like, that's not even just the winner. I believe the winner will also get like a little bonus.
Okay.
But so every program gets $1 million put into their NIL fund, which is fantastic. It's going to be played in Las Vegas, 2025. I saw some other teams were like talked about, like I think Arizona might be playing in it.
I assume it's big name.
It is big name schools, and this is going to be, I guess, our sort of like our Maui for that year. You know, I love early season tournament college basketball. It's so much fun.
Sets the tone.
It really does. Jim says the games may be pay-per-view.
What?
Which I did not know, and I hate that.
That makes sense. I mean, how are you gonna raise?
Yeah, I mean, it would make
$8
sense.
$8 million.
Well, yeah,
or 12 million, whatever.
Well, it's at 16.
Okay, more so.
Yeah,
how are you gonna raise 16 million?
They're doing it this year. They're gonna have one which is 8 teams.
Did I hear right?
Then they're doubling it.
That Adam Weissman actually is a sponsor for that.
He might be.
I'm kidding.
I was gonna say it wouldn't surprise me.
He's like, my money will not go to Syracuse. Though. Not my million.
No, no, but
he can go to Arizona.
He's going to personally pay the other 15 teams $1 million, and then just not you guys. You guys figure it out.
Or the pay-per-views.
Yeah. Yeah, none of the other teams have to play pay-per-view. It's just Syracuse.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
listen. Rumbling.
Hey, he's giving money to Sienna now in Binghamton, so good for him.
I guess, yeah.
He can
scab trader.
Hey, listen, he's still supporting like Jerry McNamara, and he was gonna help Sienna out a little bit with a new recruit or their new player Peter Carey,
that is
which
cool.
is such a great landing spot for him. We talked about that when it happened, but I think that's like the perfect size school for Peter Carey. Just a small D1, like just
a good conference.
Be
to be a
big
guy.
Yeah, just be big in a conference like that. That's all you need, really. There aren't a ton of 6'10", 6'11" guys walking around in that conference, so just go down. Like,
coach that knows you.
Yeah, coach that knows you. Play down low, score your 15, grab your 10, and call it a night. I think that's going to be a great spot for him. But that's very cool. I love this, NIL-based idea that it sort of reminds me of like the TBT, the basketball tournament.
Oh, yeah.
With all the alumni, which, of course, Boeheim's Army won a few years ago now. Shout out Eric Devendorf, who I got to interview after that, and it was very cool. It was my first time ever talking to Devo. He was great. And it sort of reminds me of that a little bit, because these guys are, all of a sudden, they're just getting money that they normally wouldn't get. It's like, oh, hey, it breaks down, too. So what do you got, 15 guys on a roster?
Yeah.
So what's $1 million divided by 15?
Well, I mean, come on, Mark. You know that's not how that works. You think number 15?
No, I'm just like going on average.
Right. I got you.
So $1 million divided by 15 is 67,000. Yeah. So even like, and obviously it's not going to work that way.
Right.
But if it did, I mean,
half of that right off the top, Red Autry's pocket. That's how that works. That's going right in Big Red's pocket. I know how this works.
The players don't see any of it.
No, it's the Orange United Fund. It's all for the players. All for the players. I know.
I played here.
Yeah, I'm done.
Last I checked, I had a pretty good career here at Syracuse. didn't see a dime for it. Huh?
Go to Japan, you're like $6 million. You go, $6 mil. Taking a little bonus.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting.
That's for my coaching.
Yeah.
You know, I need something for my playing days. You know,
I'll check in. I'll check into a game.
Jim says amazing how some locals thought winning the TBT actually was a huge deal. It wasn't a huge deal, but it was fun. I was at an establishment during that championship game and watching it with a bunch of buddies of mine. We had a blast. It was awesome. It wasn't a huge deal, no, but it's fun.
Devendorf, we brought him. He's doing like broadcasting. Right?
Yeah,
like, he does SU games on ESPN now.
He just randomly filled in one time last year, and then they just sort of hired him. It was very funny.
He did good.
Yeah, he did great. It was I forget what game it was. I think it was the Miami game. I think that's the game it was. And he just so happened to be in town, and Kevin Brown, the play-by-play guy, texted him and was like, "Hey, my broadcast partner ain't gonna make it. You want to do this?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." Just hopped on the broadcast, did a great job. And he's got the personality for it, you know. So it was
knowledge
fun.
of the program.
Yeah,
good
great
knowledge. Of
knowledge.
college basketball, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. Jim said some thought winning the TBT would be bigger than the Crunch winning the Calder Cup or the Calder.
Damn you, Jim! They just beat Rochester last night.
Oh, did they?
5-2 in Rochester.
Screw the Mercs.
The Americans team. That's what they are. The Amerks. Yeah, the Mercs.
I said the Mercs.
Yeah.
Mercs. Yeah, I mispronounced it, but yeah, the
You're
Amerks.
Irish.
Yeah. What's that series stand at?
They lost. It was 3-2.
Oh, it was 3-2?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 5-game series that the game 4 was played last Saturday in Syracuse.
Yeah,
and
that I sort of lost track of it.
It's a 6-day break.
Yeah.
It's crazy, the scheduling in the AHL playoffs. It makes no sense.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And of course, like, obviously it just works some days, but like Rochester was like so slow and like came out bad. And it's like, yeah, they've been waiting for 6 days.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's stupid.
Did you go to the game?
No, I mean, no.
Oh,
My
yeah,
parents
that's
did. My dad and
oh,
my
nice.
uncle. Yeah.
Oh, very nice. We got to take one more time out. We'll come back and wrap things up here on Outside the Box Score with me, Mark Rowlands, your home for local sports in Syracuse. If you're a fan of local craft beer, the only place you need to go is Myers Creek Brewing Company with 16 brews on tap at both the Cazenovia and Inner Harbor locations. Myers Creek has the best selection of locally brewed libations in all of central New York. Want a nice hazy IPA? The Velvet Fog is a must-try. More of a traditional Pilsner, how about the Floatin' on By? And for you sour drinkers, the It Takes Blue to Mango. So crack open a cold one with the official beer of Outside the Box Score, Myers Creek.
This is the time of year that everyone is busy opening their pool, cleaning the deck.
Mark, did you get that at the club? Is that one of your clubs?
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this for free. This wasn't part of that that package,
haul.
but no, a member bought this, and it fit him great, but it's got this very small rip in the pocket.
That's no good.
So he returned it, and they were like, "We're not sending it back, and we're not going to fix it." So, Mark, it's yours. It's a medium. I'm like,
sweet,
excellent. It's so nice. It's like $170 hoodie.
Now, does a member get any discounts in the pro shop?
15%.
Tommy Burke can get a little merch for a little cheaper.
Yeah, 15% off for members for apparel.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like, dude, feel this.
Oh, it's like I like that.
Yeah, it's so nice.
You got any 2X?
We might in this one. Well, like I said, it's like $170.
You got any fatties at the club?
Oh, yeah.
Any big fellas? They come in there, they return some stuff, maybe put it on back shelf.
Yeah, I got you.
Sneak that large piece of apparel into your bag.
That, matter of fact, so large, it's a double extra large piece of apparel.
Who knows? I'm walking all the time to my job. Maybe it's a 1X at some time.
Yeah, it could be.
Probably not soon, brother, but maybe.
Good to go.
And we're back, wrapping up another fun-filled hour here on Outside the Box, where you just dropped a bombshell on me right before coming back. Novak Djokovic got hit in the head?
Yeah, you have no idea what it means. But when it first came out, there was no other video. So of course, like the only video out was like him signing autographs, and then just one of those big metal water bottles out of nowhere hits him right in the head. And you're
What?
like, somebody threw a water bottle. Immediately, like 3 hours later, there's another image, and just some large man with a backpack larger than me is like leaning over to try and get the signature, and it just slipped out the side pocket and hit him in the head. So like but the story wanted to be like some crazy fan of Madrid just nailed Djokovic. No, it was a no story. And he made fun of it today. He was going out signing after his warm up round or practice round, and he was wearing a bike helmet.
I was gonna say he should be wearing like a hard hat or something.
Yeah,
see,
that's pretty fun.
That's good.
Novak, as much as people want to hate him, he's a funny guy.
Yeah,
he's a good guy.
I was about to say, because I don't like him.
Yeah,
but he can take a joke.
He can,
and I respect
he's
that.
A funny guy. The COVID stuff, whatever, throwing a party right at the beginning of it.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
COVID to everybody. Whatever you think about the jab, all that stuff. Fun dude.
Yeah,
really fun guy.
Fun guy. Jim, does SU Lax cover the 3.5 tomorrow night?
They got revenge, Jim.
But after that last game against Duke, when they laid an absolute goose egg.
Oh, Duke lacrosse, pretty good.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're great.
A lot of different things.
We were down 17-7 at one point, I think. Like something ridiculous like that.
Maybe that motivates the boys.
You know what? Yeah, screw it. I say they win by 4.
I was also informed that we like to say they're just kids. They're kids.
Yeah.
I was
adults,
not reprimanded, but kind of told the other day. I was like, yeah, the kids come in, they do this, you got to do it. And they're like, well, the students, they're students. And I'm like, yeah, but they're kids. And he's like, well, they can be like 20. And I'm like, okay, so can't call them kids. Is that what you're saying? And he was like, well, I mean, no, you should probably call them students. So I'm like, all right. But also in my mind, they're the kids.
They're just kids.
I'm just doing this for the kids.
Yeah,
because if I'm just working for students, just unruly students, and that makes no fun. I want to work for the kids, make it feel like I'm doing something good.
Oh, there's some breaking tennis news. Rafael Nadal unsure if he'll win the French Open.
He lose again today?
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost to Hubie though. It's not like he's losing to nobody.
Yeah,
he lost to a big, tall guy. Serves really hard on clay. That's just normally his bread and butter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's in a rough spot these days. His body is just giving up.
Yeah, he's done.
Dominic Thiem also announced his retirement at the end of the year. He's a
really
winner. Yeah, he's younger. I mean, he's only in his 30s.
I would have said he was maybe 30.
Yeah, I think he's like 33 or something, maybe 35.
Oh, he's older than I thought he was.
But he has wrist problems. Stan Wawrinka will go soon. When Joker just stops winning, he'll eventually die off. But, yeah, tennis is fun.
30. Tim.
30.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought he was older.
Yeah. That's wild. But yeah, like you said, he's had his wrist issues and stuff. Jim says Nadal has been decent at the French. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
he's been okay. He's been okay on clay. I don't know. Clay merchant, if you ask me.
Yeah, he's done.
Went on grass, coward.
As we're just looking at ESPN to get something to talk about.
Well, I did have one more thing I was going to bring up, but go for it. No,
mine's trash.
Okay. Today is a big day in the world of baseball.
Why is that?
Paul Skeens is pitching.
Oh, that is big.
The
Cubs, right? He's
pitching against the Cubs. Number 1 overall draft pick in the 2023 draft, Paul Skeens, who is absolutely dominant at LSU. Also dating Liv Dunn, which is fun. Jim just said Livy Dunn in attendance too. Livy Dunn,
all over.
Of course, the gymnast from LSU, who's gotten famous for other things.
Like what?
Just being attractive. She's a very attractive woman.
She's a kid.
She's not.
She's at a university. They're just kids.
Oh my God.
Come on.
So Livy Dunn will be in attendance. It's the most anticipated pitching debut since Steven Strasburg for the Nationals.
100%.
And easily, which funnily enough, came against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Struck out 14.
I think all traditional baseball fans need Paul Skeens to be very, very good. Because it's just a guy who's a workhorse, can throw 100 pitches a game. They probably won't let him, obviously.
No, he's only been throwing 4 innings a game in AAA.
He should be throwing 100 pitches a game, 100 miles an hour, and just housing people. That's what we need. We need to go back to basics. Then next year, they bring back the DH. Or the pitcher pitch.
Yeah, damn it! We're gonna end on that one. Braylon, thanks for being here. Josh, thanks for being here. Pat, Jim, everyone else listening, thank you so much. We'll be back next week, same time, same channel, 11 a.m. on the Score 1260. Peace.
In the Jungle with Jim Rome. Weekdays noon to 3 on WSKO Syracuse. A Cumulus media station. The voice of the Central New York sports fan. The Score.